Welcome back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 4th episode of the Krafty Kristina podcast. My name is Kristina. I'm your host. I am crafty. And this is a podcast primarily about my knitting adventures. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm glad to have you. Much to update the world on. You'll notice I'm in a different place, and that's because we have successfully moved. And, you know, there's a lot of... It's been quite a week. It's my weekend now. I have a long weekend, an early end of my Friday work day. We are done at 2 p.m. today because it's a long holiday weekend here for us. Monday is Labor Day, so we have that day off. And I am really grateful for that time. Background has changed, and I'm in the room that will eventually be my yarn room / home office. But I'm still sitting on the floor, and I felt like the background was really boring, so I put one of my favorite plants in here. So this is my snake plant. When I say I'm crafty, I mean I do a lot of different things. Like, this is not just, you know, knitting. Like, this is my knitting podcast, but I've really been thinking about, you know, what other things could I show on this channel. I mean, my degree's in theater. I sing, I dance, I act. Maybe not as much as I used to. That's an understatement. Like, I don't right now. But everything is a song in my life, and I'm always dancing through it. And I could show that. I love plants. I love gardening. We are working towards... I know we just moved into this rental home, but our ultimate goal is to have, like, a farm, homestead type of deal, so that we can garden and sustain ourselves and have chickens and bees and like 500 dogs. But, you know, slow and steady wins the race. I'm waffling. I'm very relieved to have a long weekend, I guess is where I was going with that. We signed a lease in the afternoon last Saturday, so we haven't even been in this place for a week, and I will say that we have made a lot of progress but have not got a lot of sleep. We had some of Zach's family members help us move in here, so we signed the lease Saturday afternoon and moved, I would say, 90% of the things that we owned into this house. We had a storage unit and we had a shipping container, and we were able to get everything out of the storage unit and everything out of the shipping container and into this house, and all that was left were the things that were the lady-in-laws. Slow. So slowly but surely, Monday and Tuesday evening, we went over and it was mostly clothes and like my yarn. So we got those things out of there. And all that's left is we have some dirty laundry over there because we have a washer and dryer here, but it's not hooked up right now. We haven't gotten to that, so we are still doing laundry there. But other than that, everything we own is in this house. And that is amazing, but also we sold most of our furniture to move. So the thing that I learned this week, the thing that I learned this week is what a luxury having a chair is. This whole week, I have been working from home, and I have either sat on the floor, sat on the toilet, sat on my piano bench, or sat in bed. And I really would give anything to not sit on any of those things anymore. I mean, the bed was comfortable, like, floor is fine, but when you're sitting for 8 hours a day and you're in between uncomfortable places and the places that you sleep, it becomes really difficult. So that's the week. We're moved in. I'm hoping to give you a little bit more of a tour of the room once it gets someplace, but I'm going to stop rambling and get into the knitting. This week, I forgot to invite you. Get your drink, okay? I've got a pumpkin spice latte here. And now we're going to get into the knitting. Okay, so I just totally remembered I forgot to mention something. So what I was going to say is when we get into the knitting, it has been such a crazy week for us here. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Like, we've been working all day long, and then by the time that Zach gets home and we have dinner, go run whatever errands, it's like 9 or 10 p.m. when we're able to finally like start unpacking and like building our furniture. So pretty much every night this week we have been up till at least 2 a.m. Building things, cleaning things, sorting things out. And then we're up again to get ready for the day and for work somewhere between like 6:30 and 7:30. So that's just kind of how it is. We're having a lot of fun though, which is really great. And to add to that, because our days have been so long, I just wanted to, full disclosure, say that I'm really proud of the amount of knitting that I have to show. So that being said, I have an FO and I finished a pair of socks. Okay, it's mostly finished. They do need washed, and I do have some ends to weave in here. But I don't think I have it with me. I have my favorite pair of needles to weave in ends with. I cannot find for the life of me. And I know they're somewhere, I just don't know where the heck, you know? So I'm kind of waiting to find those, but I'm calling these finished because they're done. And I just have to like weave this in a little and then cut it off. So I've got some plastic ones that I just really do not like that much. And they're really thick and chunky, and I just don't feel like they get the job done, but it's not what I want. I have ones that are like real thin and they have like the hook at the bottom or the curve, the hook like this. Man, I'm out of it. So these are them. These are the lady-in-law socks. No oopsies. I'll show you each one. So again, this is Flower Hill Fleeces. Colorway Pittsburgh Spice Latte. It was a sock set. I'm going to make a second pair at some point. Probably a shorty sock. Look, no oopsies, okay? No oopsies. A round of applause for me. Because I was stressed. So there's the one, and this is the other. Again, no oopsies here. Pittsburgh Spice Latte. Super snuggly. The lady-in-law who these are for actually helped us move. And so I had the first one finished last week, and I had her try them on in between moving. I was like, sit down, take your sock off, like, try them on. And so she loved it, and I think that it'll fit her a little bit better after they're washed. So again, Erin's recipe is I cast on 64 stitches, knit 2, purl 2 for the rib. I did 50 rounds for the leg, modified eye of partridge, heel flap gusset. And then I knit, I think once I completed the gusset decreases, I did 60 rounds for the foot, and then I did a square toe. And that's my faux. So that is what I finished this week. I finished these yesterday. The days are like blending together right now. So I guess I finished those yesterday. Yeah, that's correct. I finished those yesterday morning, and then I picked up, that's all I had for finished objects. But then I picked up my LiQWYD sweater, and I have some sleeves. So I mentioned last time that I don't know where our scale is, and that is still true. So the pattern did recommend that I split each ball of yarn that I had left into 2 equal sized balls, grams, whatever, to ensure, listen to me, what the heck? The pattern did recommend that, why am I stumbling? The pattern recommended splitting the balls into 2 even balls, so you could make sure that the sleeves were even, but I don't know where the scale is. So I just decided that I'm gonna pick up a knit on one sleeve for a while, and then I'm gonna transfer it onto a longer one, and then switch back and forth. So that's what I've done. So I did this sleeve first, and I do really want the sleeves to match the body, so I'm trying to do that, but I do have quite a bit of yarn left, so we'll see what happens. But then I started this one this morning. I haven't quite completed that, but then I'll do the fade into the next color on this sleeve and then start the decreases at the bottom. So this is what it's looking like right now. I'll show you from the back. And that is my LiQWYD. So my goal is to quite possibly have my LiQWYD sweater finished by the next episode. At least off the needles. I definitely have some, there's like some holes from where I joined yarn and just, you know, some, I don't want to call them casualties because they're not really, but there's some, you know, not perfect parts about it, and that's fine. But I really want to close up some gaps, and I've got like the armpit hole happening. So I'd like to do that, but ultimately, if it's completely off the needles by the next time you see me, it'll be good. So that's it. That's all that I have for now. Again, I still would like to meet my goal of having my other 3 socks completed. By the start of the pigskin party on September 9th. But I think that's a really hefty goal because today's the 3rd. And we have a wedding next Saturday that will be probably helping a lot out with next week. So if I can get some knitting done, that would be really impressive, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd like to finish the LiQWYD. If I don't finish the 3 other socks, that'll be fine, but I definitely would like to try. That being said, I did want to talk about my 2 definite projects for the pigskin party. I have been itching to cast something new on, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to use my motivation to like finish my whips, you know? So I did want to revisit, I showed this in my first episode, but I wanted to revisit it with fresh eyes. And also because I'm really excited, so I just wanted to touch this yarn, is that my first cast on for the pigskin party is going to be the Annalise wrap. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I will link it in the description because I can't recall who it's by, but I really want to cast it on. It's flat and it's stockinette flat, and I have mentioned before, I believe, that I don't really like doing that, but I love the way it looks, and I think I'm just gonna knit it flat, and then I'm gonna join it in the round so it's a really snuggly like scarf for me as it gets chillier here in Pennsylvania. And I got this 6 skein fade on my yarn crawl. And the reason I bought it was because I saw the wrap. I saw the wrap on display and they were like, get this kit, it's for that. And so I had to have it. So I wanted to show you this yarn again. These are the colors in order, but I think they are so fall and so pretty. And I want to make myself a scarf. So I don't know how well you can see these, but this is what it looks like. And I can't wait. That's going to be my first cast on. I cannot find the names of these colorways or anything about them, but just know that they're delicious and I can't wait to cast it on. If you are participating in the pigskin party, leave me a comment down below and tell me what team you're on. I'm on team 23. I have been kind of behind on, oh my gosh, I can't close this. Just let it go. Just let it go. I haven't been posting yet because obviously I'm very trying to get settled in here. But I am very excited to introduce myself to my team and start earning some points. And the Annalise wrap is going to be my pigskin party first cast on. So I'll cast that on probably on the 9th if I have time. The other thing that I know I'll be completing during the pigskin party that I won't cast on until October because I can't is the Westknits mystery knit along. And my theater loving heart was oh so excited when I saw that it was called Shawlography. Sign me up. Okay, so anyway, I had shown you that I wanted to do, initially I thought I was going to use this blush yarns for the shawl because I thought it was a 5 skein fade. And then I got the intro PDF and I realized that it wasn't, and I realized that I didn't think these were going to give me the contrast that I wanted. And so I decided to revisit my stash. And so now I want to show you what I think I'm going to be using. The first is this. I am going to keep this, definitely. And last year I purchased this whiskey barrel. It's Madeline Tosh for the slip extravaganza, and it didn't blend well with my main color, which I think was Madeline Tosh Birkenstick. It was too similar. It didn't contrast enough, and so I switched it out. But I love it, and I've been hanging on to this to use it again. And when I saw that in the PDF pattern, they really recommend having a dark color, I was like, great, I'm using this. So I'm definitely using this, and I think that these two will play very, very well together. So this is my light, and this is my dark. And then I decided that for my one color pop, I'm going to use this yellow. I don't know the colorway, but it is by Sin City Yarns, maybe. I did a really big yarn stock up from my local yarn store before we left. And then I have this color. Man, I'm showing these poorly. I don't know what this is. I bought a kit for the winter, what is it called? The Winter Lights shawl, the hybrid knit along. And I didn't like the colors and how they played together, so I saved them. So I don't really know what it is, but these are the colors I'm definitely using. My light, my dark, 2 of these, and then I'm trying to decide what my middle color is, but my dear friend Natalie of Blush Yarns, she said she's gonna help a girl out, and so she is dyeing up some special colors that she thinks will go well for these. And once I get them, I think I will probably use one of them. And one of the things we talked about is a copper color that's kind of like the color of my sweater right now, actually. So I think that that would be super fun in fall, and that will be my middle tone. So he suggested having a light, a dark, and a medium, and then these will be my color pops. And that's it. So this will be my, I think. But funny enough, I was consulting my personal color connoisseur, Zach, the other night. We were like trying to get ready for bed. We were all wound up from packing, and I was like, you want to know what? I'm sorry, unpacking. We're definitely unpacking. We're not moving. We're not moving again for a long time. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was so excited, and I was showing him my yarn and telling him about the thing. And he looked at my yarn and he goes, oh no, Kristina. He's like, this is wrong. And I was like, what? So then he finds this like color theory like website and starts showing me like the color wheel and is giving me a lesson on color theory. And was trying to suggest like a new palette for me, and he picked some really good ones, but I don't have yarn in the colors in my stash that he suggested. So I think in the future I'll definitely consult with him more about this, but he suggested I use this bright yellow, a color like this, and then a color like this, and then he said maybe this blue. And then he thought maybe like similar to the color of my shirt would work. That was what he suggested for my palette. So that would be super fun, but I'm on a yarn diet because I don't need any more yarn right now. And I told myself I would do it from stash. So that is... Can you hear that person? Rude, loud. Okay. Anyway, so that's about it. And those are my plans for the pigskin party. And that's about all I have to show you knitting wise. I do have a giveaway winner to be announced. The first episode, I did a giveaway to celebrate the first episode of my podcast. And the start of a new chapter and something exciting, and I did draw the winner, and the giveaway winner is Zach Anderson. So Zach, if you would like the giveaway prize, please send me an email. I will link my business email down in the description. Please send me an email and send me your contact information so that I can ship that off to you. So other than that, I kind of gave my life update already, and I don't really have much else to say. I kind of did this out of order. I wanted to give my life update at the end, but I'm running out of time on my camera, so maybe I'll just end it here. Moving was really a lot easier than I was expecting. But I don't know that I'll be posting about my move here, but if you do want to follow me on Instagram, if you don't already, I have been posting a little bit there about the status of our move and what things we're completing, and every now and then you'll get a sneak peek of Zach, who does not like to be on camera. So sometimes I'll snipe him in the photo. But yeah, progress updates over there. That's really all I got. This is a really awkward ending. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers!